Tofull, or Tofull, I should say. So, little thing about the Tofull before we get started here today. They did send this over. This is going to be sponsored because they sent it over. You guys know me. I've given KBD fans tons of constructive criticism in the past. I won't be afraid to do that again. It just makes for a better product. Now, the Tofull is a fun one because they finally are making use of their configurator. Very, very happy KBD fans. We're going to show that off right over here. We finally don't have their terrible ass buy page. Now we finally can use something that feels a lot better to purchase from. So, as you guys can see, we have a proper configurator thingy. So they have a description you can now click into, which gives you more info on the Tofull. Tons of info. This is their usual stuff. Different mounting options, PCB gasket mount, and a top mount. So pretty standard fare. The exploded view. Cool PCB options. ZMK support on the wireless, by the way, is a big win on that. Love, love, love to see that. ZMK is just so much better for getting like the most out of your battery life as well. That's a big W there. Some layout support stuff over here. Looks pretty standard fare. We get ISO support. It doesn't look like we get too many options on the numpad, which I'm fine with. And then everything else looks like tons of fun options, which is great. So as you can see, they have a brand new website where you can scroll through and pick whichever top you want, and it changes the picture and it gives you dynamic pricing on the top. We can now go through and just pick through WinKey, WinKeyless, and a whole bunch of other stuff for me. But let's just say we want PC. Let's get a polycarbonate top. I think that's what we got here today. But it looks like 82 is the cheapest for the top, so we'll go off the cheapest parts. If you want the sandblasted brass, this will not allow you to get, I think, the internal weights. I think when you opt for that, there's no weight bars in there because it's just a big piece of brass. Let's just say we want like anodized silver for the bottom. All right. Then we can get weight bars, which we can pick and choose here. Again, maybe we'll just pick the aluminum. I'm just going to see what this starts at. So we can do this 20. I feel like most people will probably end up picking this or the stainless steel. But I mean, like already this is looking good for price. We have a PCB. I'm going to pick up the solder PCB because that's normally what I would pick up in something like this. Actually, maybe I should just pick wired hot swap. I feel like most people would. And then we're picking a plate, aluminum. That's my first choice here. No foam kit for me. Wrist rest. It's cool that they're offering one. I don't want one though. Batteries. There's no charge there because obviously I don't have batteries in this particular config. Stabilizers is cool to do an add-on. I do think cherry screw-ins for 15 bucks is a bit pricey. And cherry screw-ins are just all right. I think Type Plus screw-ins are probably your better bet here, but honestly, if you don't need them, you don't need them. And then we'll pick no switches, and then no extras. $236 to start. Not really, because solder gets a little bit cheaper, but $236 for a hot swap unit. And then if we go back, and I love this because now I can go back and be like, well, what if I want to change something? Let's get the copper ins. Let's get the stainless steel inserts. $285 with stainless steel insert. But let's just say we also want to go back and we pick a different bottom case that's a bit more fancy because they have these textured bottom cases. We're looking at $318. So I think like if you don't want to go too wild with things, $318 is still a very, very good price for a full keyboard. And this is kind of specced out a little bit. So today we are using a PC top with the, I'm scrolling too far down, with the sandblasted brass bottom. We have, I think, an aluminum plate today. No foam kit, no wrist rest, no battery. So my spec will be about 409 that I think we're building today. And I think this is legitimately one of the most expensive specs that you can probably get for yourself. All right, well, let's take a look at what we got in the case here today. They had to ship mine in 2 different boxes because it was so heavy. So here's our PC top. And here's our gigantical bottom here. Oh my God. Yeah, this is heavier than the other one. Jeez. Okay, they gave us a foam kit today. We have a bunch of different plates we can try out. I don't know what plate I want to use yet. I'm undecided. We have our PCB. They gave us a hot swap one. Did you guys feel that through the camera? did you guys feel that too? Okay, the feet we have to do last. I think there are some small scratches on this guy, but there's nothing we can do. Okay, so just a little backstory. They gave me like a choice of like 4 different colors, and then I said, ooh, this one. And they said, are you sure? And they did tell me that I think this had a bit of imperfections on the PC and the bottom. So another thing I like about the PCB already too, look at this. That's smart. Love this idea of giving this its own separate kind of like feel over here. That way there we get kind of our standard TKL PCB without having this extra bit of F4 on the side, really making this its own, making this its own section, but it doesn't really contribute to like stiffness of the plate, or the PCB rather. Yeah, and we don't need a cable for this. This is all like connected. You can see the traces that run through this. Very cool, KBD fans. We also have larger diodes. We have a magnetic pogo connector as well. Lots of layout options here, as we saw before. Now, you will probably have to ask them to solder in or request an extra socket if you want ISO. That is pretty standard with the KBD fans, and it makes sense to do so, or else this can technically block your stabilizer if you're doing standard ANSI. So again, pretty standard. We've asked them in the past what for, like why don't they include it? But then you get standard stuff for the numpad here. Nothing too crazy for that. I would probably not grab it from this side, so just be very, very careful. Probably will snap off if you do. It does look like we have pretty good mounting points too. And then we have some different plates. We have aluminum and PC. I will be building this with milky yellows today. I already have a few stabs already made that I did earlier. I'm gonna get some more cherry clip-ins and do them now, just so I don't spend 15 years doing stabs on stream. I still think I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more stabs. So let me go with those. Alex, I'm assuming it's safe to use 205 G0 to lube stabs. Yeah, totally. I mix and match lubes all the time when it comes to the wires. I don't personally think it's gonna like really affect you in the long run. I've used boards for years that have had mix match lubes and there's been no problem with it. And by the way, the aluminum plate won, so we're gonna do aluminum. Are you people coming up with cool build themes already, or just buying colors you like and then dealing with it? I think the smart way to do it though, Turtle, is you kind of pick your colors ahead of time. You try to theme it out before you make the purchase, that way you're not scrambling later. Maybe picking what's from available or what you already have. But I don't know. I guess the other way could work. It just feels a bit more chaotic that way. All right. So next up, what am I doing here? Do I need the bottom case? I guess I do now, huh? How should I tackle this? I think with all the parts here, my only other suggestion for KBD fans is maybe a little label for all the bags. Just so we know what part goes where. These are the generic bags, so will there be other bags? I guess, yeah, I don't know what the final packaging will look like. There'll be custom ones, so if anyone's wondering, Pancake's saying there's going to be custom ones done for the final of this. Let's just do gasket. Let's start off with that. Let's start off with the one that I'm probably going to like the most. These first. So the gaskets go on the PCB in case anyone's curious. And I think it depends on what you want here, kind of like the Athena, but I think you can flip these either way. There is like a little nub on one end, but I believe if it's the exact same thing, I think either way works. I'm going to put the nub down for a softer feel, and they just kind of slip on like that. So if you guys are using gaskets, remember they do it over here. You have to do it on PCB. It does not go on the plate. And that's how it sits in, so it's very, very simple. Now we can slap the top case on and we're pretty much done. We just put some feet on this, and then that's it. Very, very simple build. That looks great with the PC. I'll forever hate these feet. Yeah, these aren't like the... I mean, I remember the very first time I used them, they were way worse, but I think prototype's a bit tight during mass production. It'll be adjusted. This is my first time using brass. Okay. If it's going to be adjusted, then I'm fine. But yeah, I do remember this was easier on the other units. So they have these like little lips around it. See that? And you kind of need to just press fit them in here. But I do admit the brass bottom here is very, very unforgiving. So I feel like you really got to like set it in properly and then it'll stick. How do you guys feel about British Racing Green on this? All right, I want to pick this up and show you guys. I'm going to attempt to, okay? Here's the board. It's really heavy. This is the brass bottom. This is all I'm going to show you guys. The only things I have criticisms on, which they've already addressed, are I think on this particular model, the feet don't fit in very nicely. They already said they're addressing that. The bag's being labeled, but they already said they're going to do that. That was just a prototype thing. And then I think that's it. Oh, and then I would like the screw heads to have maybe the same like screw bit necessity here. I think I had to use 3 bits for this, which not a big deal. But you know, if I wanted to refine this further, I'd like everything to be like 1 bit, just ease of use. But let's plug this in and see what it sounds like. But okay, let's see what this sounds like. We're using the aluminum plate with gasket mount. And this is Gateron Milky Reds with a 48 gram spring. See, and this is nicely isolated where you can, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is only moving when I'm using the numpad. I like what they did with the PCB there. I actually like how loud the spacebar is compared to the alphas. Obviously, like it's preference, but I think the alphas with the milky reds here have a really good tonality. I think if you're going PC top, I would be like hard pressed to say this needs a force brake. This was just gasket mount. We're going to try top mount here in a second. Top mount with with Gateron Milky Reds. Definitely has that more top mount appeal. This is still the aluminum plate, yeah. I personally like the gaskets more. It's weird because I'm hearing a plasticky sound and I'm wondering if that's the PC top for top mount. The gasket mount had more of like a poppy noise, which I think was more my style. However, Tofull, what do you guys think of the Tofull? I'm gonna be real with you guys. If you guys end up getting the brass bottom, really think ahead. I would get any other. The combinations for this are so good that I would probably get everything but the brass bottom. Think ahead. It's cool though. It's really cool. If you want one of the heaviest keyboards that I've ever used, it sounds great for full brass. Really, really good. But yeah, I would say definitely consider. This is no slouch in the weight department. And if you move around your keyboard a lot, you are going to be in for a surprise. It is 6.75 kilograms. So keep that in mind, people. Keep that in mind. I honestly, out of all the 100% keyboards I've done, sound-wise, this is the most up my alley. I still think the Bina was a little bit more elegant than this, but like, this is a Tofu. At the end of the day, this is supposed to be boxy and squared off, and it's supposed to have the look of a Tofu. So it's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. But yeah, I did like the Bina a little bit more looks-wise. But yeah, this is really pretty though. This is like, if you like this kind of squared off look, just get the Tofu. I mean, again, out of the stuff that they didn't already address, is I'd like to see the screw heads be more universal and not just like 3 different screw heads. Even that is like a low thing on my threshold of like what I'd want to get fixed before purchasing. It doesn't really matter. That's really it though. I don't think I have any other hard criticisms for this board. Again, this is just them taking the Tofu TKL and everything they've learned from the other Tofu, the Tofuverse, or what is it, Tofuverse? Am I saying that right? Their other products, and they've put it into the full-size one, which is clearly what they've learned from the other stuff. Yeah, it's pretty solid. The price point on this is also super solid. We talked about that earlier. Unless you're getting the brass version, which gets a little bit expensive. But cool. Take care, everybody. Love you, and good night. Bye-bye, everybody.